Hey YouTube, so we are at Famous Reading Outdoors and we are at the Locust Gap area of Famous Reading Outdoors, and this is before the COVID-19 stuff. Here's a map of the track that we're at. For the track is an area of FRO, and we are below Route 901. It's that yellow on the map, and there's some green kind of underneath it, and it says like no trespassing. We are definitely below 901. I'm not exactly sure where we are, as stupid as that sounds, but we're down there somewhere, and we're headed back to 901. So you probably saw a lot of the recent videos that I've been posting have been, they had specific topics already on them, like where I was like discussing radios or Google Maps or whatever. And I decided to just do maybe one of the older style videos where I didn't kind of have that planned out ahead of time, and I just talked about what we were doing actually at FRO. So as you've seen in most of this footage so far at FRO, this is a green guided ride that we're on. And when I say guided, it means that we're following somebody. And then when I say it's green, I mean that it's very easy. The difficulties, if you're new to the channel, on the East Coast at least, are colored. And it's like green, blue, black, red, where red is supposed to be like nearly impossible. Red shouldn't even be... a Jeep shouldn't even be capable of going over red. It should be so hard. That should be buggy only. And then like the green, blue, black stuff is kind of like skiing if you think about it a little bit. And the West Coast, they use like these numbers to make it even kind of more confusing. And the numbers they use are like 1 through 10. But the numbers very easily translate over to colors. It just depends on if you like talking about colors or numbers. So on the numbering system, on a reading of 10 on difficulty, a green would be either a 1, 2, or 3, and a blue would be a 4, 5, or 6, and a black would be a 7, 8, or 9. Pretty easy, right? And then like the reds would be the 10s. And then sometimes you hear things referred to with like numbers. Like somebody will say like black 1, black 2, black 3, and so on. That's just the difference between 7, 8, or 9. They're just being difficult for whatever reason. They're creative. Sometimes when you see the signs, they do the signs just like skiing. And what I mean by that is on blacks. For instance, when you're skiing, you see the black diamonds, and sometimes you see 1 black diamond or 2 black diamond, or they call them like triple black diamonds. Like in skiing, it's like the same concept on the trail. Sometimes you'll see little printed Jeeps instead of diamonds, and you'll see like 1 black Jeep versus 2 black Jeeps versus 3 black Jeeps. And yeah, that little red spot that's annoying on the screen, that's a reflection of the GoPro mount that we purchased from 67 Designs, and it's been since remediated. It's been spray painted black, but you won't know that until the next set of videos. But I did do a video on the review of the mount, and like I can link that in the description too if you want to see the review of the mount. I know about that red spot, and there's nothing I can really do about it right now. So anyway, we are on a green trail, and if I had to take a guess at what this specific area would be, I would probably give it a 1. It's very, very easy. You could be here like in a car. You don't really need to be in a Jeep. So this is more of like kind of like scenic ride of seeing the wilderness and stuff. There's not really any obstacles per se. I mean, this honestly, if you look at it, we're on a gravel road. Like, I mean, you can see the gravel. It's a gravel road. I'll just call it for what it is. So this is a gravel road. But probably before, at some point, we were on a gravel road, and we were on something that was a little more scenic, so to speak. Like maybe a little more obstacles. But we're actually going somewhere, and this is a lunch spot that a lot of people choose to have when they go to the Famous Reading Outdoors Locust track. So I do have some footage of me outside the Jeep when we get up here to the lunch spot. So the lunch spot itself is underneath a mine fire. So at some point there was a mine fire. I don't really know all the history about it, and it's been burning like for a very long period of time apparently. And so what you'll see is actual smoke coming out of the ground. It's kind of eerie and weird, but it's kind of cool too that you get to see that, and it's natural and normal. And well, I don't know if nature caused it, maybe man caused it, but anyway, it's been doing that for like a decade probably, or for like a long time. So there's no like panic or emergency or anything like that. But anyway, we're gonna come up to the scenic overlook, and it's a great place to stop to eat lunch, and you get to see the the mine fire, you don't really get to see the smoke and the sizzling or whatever. And then like, so here I think is the area coming up. No, this is, sorry, false alarm. Like it's not that area. It's maybe a minute more or something like that, 2 minutes more up on the right. I don't know the famous reading area very well, and mainly the reason why I don't know very well is simply because I've never had to guide it before. So like I said, to be in this area you have to have a pass. Otherwise you're trespassing. Just like in a lot of places, like you have to have a pass. Like this isn't public land. In Virginia there is public land, like flagpole and stuff. And the pass, I think it's like $170 a year. But there are ways to go out legally without having to pay that $170. But you still have to pay something. You still have to pay some park fees, so there's no way to get out of that. So anyway, because I don't have a annual pass, I don't have the opportunity to just sort of explore around on my own. And it seems like I learn like where things are the best by leading and doing it myself. When I have to follow people around, I have a tendency of not paying as much attention as if I'm driving and leading, so I don't have a tendency to learn as quickly. And I think over here on the right, you're going to see that big open area. This is the area in which where I was saying like is a scenic overlook, and where we're going to stop for this little mine fire and everything. But like I said, so normally like I learn the best by having me in front and having people behind me depending on me, and then I'm having to look at the map and I'm having to actually read the map and having to read and learn the landmarks and stuff. When I'm just like following somebody around, it's a little bit more relaxing and you're a little bit more on autopilot, and sometimes you're a little bit more like a limping. And there it is right there. You saw the smoke smoldering and everything like that. So I'll go out there, we'll park here, and then I'll go out there and check it out for you guys. So here comes the mine fire. Have just about here.
Hey YouTube, so we are at Famous Reading, and this is the Locust Gap area, and there's a underground coal mine fire underneath us. This is like totally normal. We were here like a year ago, and this was still going on. You can see the little bit of smoke underneath me. So anyway, Famous Reading, a lot of people don't know about it, and Famous Reading is another off-road park up here. It's basically all the coal areas, and they give you a permit so then you can drive around on the coal areas. It's not just like one off-road park in one spot. It crosses multiple counties, and it's like these small tracts of land, and additively it's like probably like 100 times the size of Roush. I think it's maybe 10 times the size of AOA. It's like really, really big. It's just not really, really big in one spot. So anyway, this is the Locust Gap. This is the mine fire that we're at right now, and I'm trying to pan around so you can just see some of the smoke coming up underneath us. And like I said, this mine fire has been going on like forever. And then there's this large rock face behind us. This is not the whaleback. It looks kind of like the whaleback, but it's not the whaleback. The whaleback's at AOA, obviously. So hopefully you enjoy the footage.